what do you got for me?
So what do you know about spooky places here in Minnesota?
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
I know not a lot.
Not a lot?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Okay. Well, what the Landmark Center?
Oh. I have heard that it's haunted, but that's all I've heard about it.
Okay, so...
Yes. Oh, I'm excited.
This is one of the places that we're going to talk about.
Yes.
I used to go to school in the Landmark Center.
Okay.
Because my school, when I first went to it, I went to that performing arts high school.
Yes.
If you know, you know. And when I was there, my freshman and I can't remember if my sophomore year we were in the Landmark Center, but one year we started school late because they like redid a bunch of like in the Lowry buildings. We weren't in the Landmark Center anymore. We were in the 2 different buildings out of 3 different buildings. So, I had class in the Landmark Center.
Okay.
The top floor though. But the thing is, everything that I found online was that it's a 4-story building. It's a 4-story. No, it's not. It's 5 stories.
That's so weird.
It's 5 stories. I literally had class in the there's a false ceiling. So now you look up at the Landmark and see it's like all like that window and stuff.
Yeah.
There's another thing. There's like more rooms. My classrooms were in those rooms.
That's so
I
weird.
had lunch right in front of those giant stained glass windows. I had lunch in a cafeteria area right there.
I really want to go there right now.
And it's literally, and they're literally like, I literally could look out one of the little roof things, one of the sphere, like we had classes up in there.
Okay.
So I don't know why
really
it's
cool.
saying that there's like 4 stories, because there's 5.
Okay.
I think that the 5th floor is just not open to everybody.
Okay.
But, and you know how, the Landmark, it's big. It's tall.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't allowed to use the elevator.
Okay, why?
Well, it's old. It's old. It was almost torn down.
Okay.
It's old as shit.
Okay.
It's old. And so, it's always, trying to shove too many students in the elevator can cause it to stop working. Because it's old.
Yes.
But I always thought something was spooky about the Landmark Center. And
Because it is spooky.
Oh, yeah.
It is spooky.
Let's see.
So, the elevators.
Yeah.
That makes me think of the, there was this place that my grandpa stayed at. And it's kind of like it's like a senior living. Mm-hmm. For lack of a better term. But, like, not
An assisted living?
Kind of, yeah. And so he was staying there, and this place was haunted. Known to be haunted, and the elevators would always go to the basement on their own. Like, you would get in the elevator, push a button, and it would bring you down to the basement. And they said that was the ghosts doing that.
There's many a times where because we had 10 minutes to get to our class, which was not enough time to go from one city block that way or that way to go to the other city block and up basically 10 flights of stairs.
Okay.
Because each little section was 2. So it was like 10 flights of stairs. I had amazing calves. Besides the point. But the elevator would go on its own. Like, no one would touch it. The lights would not be blinking. All of a sudden, it would just be at a level and it'd open.
There's something weird about elevators in, like, haunted places, I feel like.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Okay.
And so it would open and it would shut. But you know that place was also a courthouse and a jailhouse?
It was like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was this so there was this they call him a bellhop. I've heard him known as a bellhop or something, but he got involved during the gangsta era. He got involved with it. He got caught for doing some illegal money laundering stuff.
Esteban. Continue.
Esteban?
Okay. Anyway, continue.
So he got caught up and got sentenced to life in jail.
Okay.
And he was
the bellhop?
Esteban? The bellhop, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know why they call him a bellhop, but at the time, it was like a courthouse and a jailhouse. So it made no sense for him to call it a bellhop. But he was like a worker there.
Yeah,
okay. You know?
Okay.
Maybe a bellhop? I don't know. When I think of a bellhop, I think, you know, Esteban.
That's like a hotel.
Right, yeah, Esteban. Right. And so, but he couldn't handle being in jail for life.
Okay.
So he took a poison pill.
Okay.
And died.
Do we know how he got this poison pill?
I haven't been able to find out.
Okay, fair enough.
And so he took it and he killed himself.
Okay, yeah.
And so he's been known to haunt the corners. He's very into the whole bootlegging and this and that, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
But
Love it.
So like he is known to haunt mainly the lower area and like the 3rd floor.
Okay.
He comes out a lot at parties. He really likes to visit the elevators, all of that.
Okay.
All of that.
Esteban.
Great guy.
Loves to party.
But
I at one point knew his full name. I don't know it now.
Esteban Julio Cordero
Ramirez
something. So do you know how old the landmark is?
It's like as old as Minnesota, isn't it?
It began construction in 1892.
Okay.
And then it didn't finish until 1902.
What?
Yeah. It was a federal court and everything, and like a post office. So like, when it was a post office,
yeah,
they didn't treat it right. Like it was originally.
How do you not treat a post office right?
Well, they didn't treat they cut out they painted over granite.
Oh, I see.
They covered stuff up, painted over everything.
Gotcha.
They took stuff out,
cheap way out for everything.
They kind of destroyed, took away its character and stuff. And which I think even doing that and stuff, any old spirit that was there can get all ruffled,
right,
you know?
Right.
And so it quite I don't know, that place always felt spooky to me. Always.
It's spooky.
It's a spooky place.
It is.
For no apparent reason, because the only known death that I have found that's contribute to Landmark Center is Esteban, yeah. His name is actually what's his name? Jack.
No disrespect to Jack, but
Esteban.
He struck me as an Esteban.
But I think it's because of
for obvious reasons.
Because of what St. Paul used to be. You know, a safe haven for criminals. You know, and that used to be a courthouse. Maybe it's because
St. Paul has so much dark history that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So much.
So much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
How what used to happen here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm aware. I don't know a lot of it, but I know that it exists. But it's hard to find information on it because the city tries to cover it up and
yeah. Literally.
Yep.
You know that the landmark was also almost tore down?
No.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was saved in 1972.
Why were they going to tear it down?
Because it needed to be redone.
Oh, so
it sat abandoned for a long time.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
It was all decrepit. It was $2 million worth of restorations needed to be done to it.
And they were just nah.
They didn't want to. It got set for a date to be wrecked.
Why didn't it?
A local group helped raise the funds and saved it.
A historic
and
building.
Saved it as a historic building.
That's pretty cool.
A week before it was supposed to get demolished.
So it was abandoned for how long?
I couldn't necessarily find when it stopped being in use.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of weird.
Because
it kind of has this a whole time where
you don't
you don't know what happened in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything could have happened in there, whether it's a seance.
That's kind of the point I'm making. Abandoned buildings are hot spots for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so no one, there's nothing really much said about it.
Yeah.
But I thought I've seen some ghosts in that place. I've felt the ghosts, and because that's also where my high school has their prom.
Okay.
is in the landmark, in the main floor.
Okay.
And it said that these ghosts come out during parties.
I love that.
Where, like, mess with the girls,
Yeah.
a lot of guy, Jake.
Oh, I thought it was Jack.
Jack, Jack.
Jack.
Okay, Jack. Jack and Jake confuse me, besides
Yeah,
point.
I get that.
Like, he'll hang out, like, the ladies' room.
That's a little creepy there, Jack.
And they had been known to knock over alcohol bottles.
Okay.
The cafe in there is nice.
Oh, fun.
There's a cafe in the front of it.
Oh, fun.
It's really expensive for no apparent reason, but it's really
Well,
good.
of course it's really expensive.
It's really
It's at
good.
the Landmark Center.
And then, but yeah, it makes no sense. But then also because there's such a big gap in the history
Yeah,
of we don't know what
went on
happened
there.
in there, it'd be kind of cool to go back
Well,
and
also,
like visit.
paranormal stuff doesn't always make sense, right?
No, it's
Like
definitely about.
we're talking about.
There's some type of energy going on in that. I always say type of energy in St. Paul, regardless.
Oh, for sure.
There's
So
some
like you were
hot
talking
energy.
about like the Amityville horror house.
Yeah.
But, like nothing has happened in there since.
Yeah,
So it's like,
but there's constant
yeah. Yeah.
of like people saying, "Oh yeah," during a party, or they felt like they were being touched.
Yeah.
And
Creepy. Let's go
know.
party at the Landmark Center.
I mean, I did.
Yeah?
In high school.
Well, yeah.
I partied at the Landmark Center.
You just told me that.
So Minneapolis City Hall.
Oh, I have not heard about this one.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that was a weird little something.
it was built in the late 19th century into a city hall and a courthouse and a jail.
Okay.
All
Courthouse
all
and
in one.
jail. Got it.
Yeah.
So kind of similar to Landmark.
Yeah. But in, Minneapolis.
Well, also, if you think about it, this makes a lot of sense too, because courthouses and jails have a
It
lot
all-
of like,
they usually are
emotional
connected in
energy.
some. Yeah.
like there's a lot that like
A
happens
lot of negative,
emotionally.
a lot of
to people in those
negative energy
spaces.
happens, and
Yeah.
more negative than good happens in courthouses
Right.
and stuff. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And
So I
considering
get that.
and considering St. Paul and their history with gangsters and violent people,
Oh yeah.
it kind of just makes sense
Yes.
to have the residual of the people that were hurt by the other people
Yeah.
kind of live there. Makes sense.
Yes. I get it.
Well, there was this one inmate that was being housed at the Minneapolis
okay.
City Hall when it was the jail.
Yes.
His name was John.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
His name was my name too. Moshik.
Moshik?
Moshik. Moshik.
Moshik. Okay.
Moshik is how I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was incarcerated for robbery and murder,
Okay.
which was a
Bad guy.
shocker
Yeah.
that they even arrested him. Well, that was probably after the time where they stopped letting the gangsters kind of just roam free.
Yeah.
'cause
well,
they-
and if he wasn't, was he associated with any of the?
Not that I could
Gangsters.
find. No.
Okay.
That'd be interesting if I could try and find some more. I don't know. So there's a lot of spooky paranormal stuff about Minnesota and like the Twin Cities,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of it. It's not documented well.
Right. I agree with that.
It's very much like you gotta
Yes.
think. You gotta really dig deep or know people that knew people
Or just-
that knew somebody.
Right. Exactly.
Because it's
Well, I
it's hard
feel
to find.
That's kind of the same for like everywhere, right? Aside from like the big name, like
yes and no.
horror places.
Yes and no.
'Cause people don't necessarily talk about this stuff a lot because other people think they're crazy. Does that make sense?
That's true. That's true. Well, he had tried to escape twice
Okay.
and even tried to kill himself.
Okay.
Everything failed. That didn't happen.
Okay.
It wasn't looking good for him,
Yeah.
Well, he was eventually hanged on the 5th floor. They used to hang people on the 5th floor.
Okay, that's odd, but okay.
So,
Gosh.
a crowd of 450 onlookers.
This
Came.
is what I don't understand about like
Why someone would
history
want to
stuff.
watch someone be
Yes.
hung? Yeah, I
'Cause,
don't
like,
get it
that used
either.
to be like it used to be like a huge
A huge
event.
thing, yeah, like an
It's like,
event.
why is that like something that you would want to go and see anyway?
Yeah. Well, it said that the onlookers waited to make sure he was dead. I wonder what he did.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find anything. I have to look. Maybe it's because I was on Jacob's server. And he has lots of things filtered out of his
Okay.
silver. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it was. Maybe I'll have to look on my own.
Well, there also isn't a lot of information out there.
Really is not a lot of information out there
Yeah.
about it. Well, when the hanging didn't go as planned.
Oh gosh.
Did not go as
I don't
planned.
like these stories.
On the first go, the noose slipped and he started choking on his own vomit.
Oh. I just spilled tea all over myself.
Good.
I'm trying to like play it off like,
Good
no, that
job.
didn't just happen.
Good
but,
job.
Like...
So then,
Okay, sorry. He choked on his own.
he was choking on his vomit.
Okay.
And then, on the second one, his neck held in the noose, but it didn't break.
Oh God.
And he slowly died through asphyxiation.
That's awful.
So then, since that day, stories have came to light of Mushik's ghost being seen hanging from the rafters. Could you imagine?
Oh, that'd be horrifying.
Hanging from the rafters, stomping along the hallways, or angrily demanding that visitors to the 5th floor leave him in peace. Could you imagine? You're having a good time. You're looking around. You're going to the Minneapolis City Hall, trying to get your taxes paid or whatever. You're doing your thing, and then all of a sudden you look up and
Oh. There's a guy choking on his own vomit.
Cool.
Ew.
Or just trying to mind your own business, working in your desk. Leave me alone. Let me stop across the hall. Could you freaking imagine?
Dude, ew, gross. I don't like that. Yeah, no.
Well, you wouldn't be into that?
I don't think I would be.
Wow.
Listen, I'm all for like the friendly ghosts. Casper, great guy. This guy sounds a little menacing.
You know the ghost at my family's house on? We named him
Casper?
Paul.
Paul, I like that. Good name, Paul.
I don't know what the actual owner's old name was. Paul.
Paul. That's cute. That's a good name for him.
You ever been to First Ave?
I have not been to First Ave. I've heard stories about First Ave, though.
So, First Ave used to be a bus depot?
Yes. I know this story and I love it. Continue. Oh gosh, I gotta set this down.
You're gonna spill it everywhere.
I did spill it everywhere.
That was waiting for her, what was it, boyfriend or husband?
Something like that.
To come home from the war. And she waited. And then we finally found out that he ain't coming home from the war.
Yeah.
He didn't make it, unfortunately. Well, it says that she goes and she hanged herself in the bathroom.
Yes.
Well, apparently they had a psychic go in there.
Ooh.
And the psychic went to the area and she was all like, "This doesn't make sense." She goes,
"Okay, what's the story she came up with?"
Because what I'm seeing is this lady covered in blood. Like blood everywhere.
What?
Blood everywhere. And she goes, that's not a scene that I would see if they hung themselves. Right. And I was like, interesting. And she's like, yeah, I see blood.
Got a really strong feeling of sadness. Okay, sorry, continue.
Yeah, no. And she was, are you gonna cry?
I might.
Oh gosh. And she was like, I don't think she hang. I think something happened to her.
Okay.
And so
I did not know this. I knew the lore story of her hanging herself in the bathroom, but I didn't know there was
But no, people said they have seen a lady in white.
Yes.
But some say just a lady in white crying.
Okay.
Or even hearing sobs from the bathroom. And then people said that they've seen a lady covered in blood too. So it's is she just showing both forms?
Are they two different people?
And there's that too. Could it be two different? Because someone have, done in there just seeing it together, or I don't know. That is the question.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then supposedly before it was a bus depot, it was a slaughterhouse.
What? Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
And so it's other people have been told have heard that the the squeals and
Okay.
every of the animals.
Gosh, the animals.
Oh, the animals dying, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, the animals being slaughtered. Yeah.
Oh. Animal ghosts kind of freak me out
not such a fun little concert venue anymore now, is it?
I mean, I would still love to see a concert there, but I don't know why I haven't.
So another weird thing is like a former general manager. He ran the club from 1980 to 2010.
Okay, so fairly recently.
Yeah.
I say that. I'm old.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Saw something strange in the wall.
In the wall?
In the wall. And decided to crack it open.
Wait, hold on. Backtrack.
Yeah.
When he says he saw something strange in the wall.
He didn't say what he saw.
He didn't say. So
he said something strange.
So could he see through the wall?
I couldn't find it anywhere.
Okay.
So just
something. Okay.
Something strange. So I had to crack it open by an area known as the record room.
Okay.
What is in the record room? I don't. Records. Maybe people still record in there.
Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? I've never been there myself either.
Okay.
And there was only one thing in there, and it was a big booth, like a pew. It was like a 12-foot of empty space.
In the wall?
Yeah. Like it was like
so there was like
walled,
an extra
something room was like walled up. Yeah. A 12-foot of empty space.
What?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and there was only thing that said that was in there was a big booth, like a pew.
Okay.
That was the one that was in there. And it was
what?
Walled in. For why?
Yeah.
What happened here? What happened here?
That's really
Well, the rumor is that that's where the woman died.
Okay.
And they walled it in. That's what the rumor is.
But why wall it in? That's weird.
That is everyone,
that makes me very suspicious of that little bench that was in there.
Yeah. Sometimes they said that when they would spin, records.
Yeah.
That the
needle?
There we go.
Okay.
Would start
bouncing,
coming up off the record.
What?
On its own.
That's so weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like how did
you have to hold it down?
So it wouldn't do it all time, but it would.
Okay.
Yeah. And then even today's music said that people today.
Yes.
Said that their stuff will turn off, batteries get drained.
Okay.
Stop working, not work. They will hear moaning and grunts and their earpiece that's not in.
Oh, that's so weird.
The music. Could you imagine having your headset on?
Oh gosh, and then you just hear.
And then you hear a moaning or a grunt, and you're like, oh my god. When you should know because it's your music, what should be coming up next, and then there's that randomness. I would actually pee my pants.
I think. Yeah, that's a little.
Isn't that one weird?
That's a little weird. Oh, I don't like that.
And you can hear most of the animal cries in the basement.
Oh, see, animal ghosts kind of freak me out a little bit more.
Why?
Human ghosts.
Why?
I think because they
use an animal to portray the devil.
No, I didn't even think of that. But now that you put that in my brain, that's good. No, but I think it's more especially in a slaughterhouse, those animals were mistreated severely, and there's
depending
that
on
language,
the slaughterhouse, yes,
right. But you don't speak their language.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's harder to be
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
sorry.
And you just don't. They're more unpredictable.
Okay.
I think. Not that human
that
ghosts
makes
aren't
sense.
unpredictable, but I just.
Human ghosts are the most unpredictable. Isn't that? I didn't know that about the home. Well,
I didn't either.
Well, First Staff.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I've only ever seen the great things about First Staff, never about anything
I've heard about the woman at the bus stop hanging.
I
herself in the
didn't even
bathroom.
hear about that. I haven't heard about
That
that
one I
either.
know about. But when you were talking about like that psychic stuff,
Yeah.
about the psychic who came in and said, you know, like she didn't hang herself or whatever. Like, that was weird as you were telling me that. Like I just felt like so sad.
Sad.
Like so sad.
Yeah. It is sad.
Weird. It is.
It's like either she went and she was so distraught that her husband died in the war that she just had to go and end it. But my thing is like, how can you
also
don't have
St.
all
Paul,
this?
too.
You don't have all the
Or
stuff.
Minneapolis.
I don't want to say it like that, but to properly hang yourself
That's, yeah.
when you're waiting for your husband to come home from the
true.
war, what could you possibly have?
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me believe that what the psychic saw is actually true, that she didn't get hanged, that someone probably saw her there distraught
By herself. Yeah.
manipulate her, let me help you get home.
Well, and what
and
year
then,
was this too? Do we know? We probably don't know. Because, like, Minneapolis was, like...
Yeah, it didn't give me, like, a year.
Okay.
But then, because people were saying... Then I saw somewhere else where someone said that, like... It didn't... The clothes that people describe her wearing... wouldn't have fit the time period...
Okay.
Of when...
It was during the war.
Because it was during the war. So they thought... I think it was World War II.
World War II would be my
Yeah,
guess.
the Second World War. And so they thought it was, someone thought it was then, but then the clothing does not, it wasn't a bus station during,
Okay.
like, I'm getting mixed up now, like Vietnam or something. But like it was like
Okay.
the time period, her clothes aren't matching up to the time period
Gotcha.
of when. So who knows if it was still a bus station at time or if it was like a death in First Ave. Nothing.
Well, you get to that point too where there's so many stories that it's like, is it just something that's we've made
an urban legend that Minnesota has like made together,
Right.
or if it's like is a true thing.
Right.
So I didn't see any records I was looking for. I didn't see any records. I didn't see any.
What I will say, when I heard that story, I did not think it was true. Like the first
Yeah.
time I heard the story about the woman at the bus stop, I was like, that's just a dumb story that people gave to make sense of the weird stuff that happens there. But like, I don't know what the real story is. There is a story there.
But like you said, you felt something when I mentioned that she was probably did not go at her own free will.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That was weird.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely a story there.
Just
But I
figure
don't
it
think
out.
we'll ever know it.
No, we'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, we'll add that to our goals. Figure out the story at first.
Put that on the list. All right. Let's go something. The Arcola Trail Bridge in Stillwater.
I don't know that one.
I haven't heard about that either. But it's this. It's around.
By the jail.
It's a mile north of Stillwater, is what it says.
Okay.
And it's 200 feet above the St. Croix River.
Okay.
And it was, for some reason, I don't know, maybe because it's a bridge, but it took from...
Does it go into Wisconsin or no?
I didn't check that out because it really didn't matter. But
Gotcha.
It like this place like regularly attracts people trying to see the river and look at the view because it's a good spot. Well, it's also a train bridge.
Oh.
For railroads.
Okay, yeah.
So there's more times than not people had to...
Oof. Yeah, okay.
Off the bridge to avoid getting with the train.
For people who don't have a visual, how do you want to describe that?
They had to pew, jump off the bridge.
There we go.
to avoid getting hit by the train, but then there's a pro and con. So you get hit by a train, you're dead.
You're dead, but you could survive.
But you could possibly, but 200 feet?
There's a possibility.
But what's at the bottom?
But
you know how deep that is.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You're coming down.
Your chances are higher if you jump than if you stay on the...
I think they're both pretty equal.
Are they?
I mean...
I don't know. I think I would probably jump.
And, and then there's lots of stories of, like, accidental. Like, hikers accidentally getting onto this bridge.
How do you accidentally get onto a bridge? Okay, never mind.
No, that's a very valid question, because I would know. If I'm hiking, and all of a sudden there's a bridge.
I'm probably going to turn around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless I have, like, a specific destination and I know I have to cross the bridge.
Yes. And then...
Especially if it's 200 feet and it's a train bridge. I'm going to be like, no, we're not going to risk that today.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's also this lady in white.
Another lady in white.
And there's so many lady in whites.
That's a very common trope.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you think...
Interesting.
It probably started from somewhere, right? And you think, I don't know if we have any choice in the way we can haunt when we die.
I mean, I would assume so, because people see people in their full, like, Union or Confederate attire.
I'm going to do some research on the lady in white. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Because I know there's, like, folklore around it.
Yeah, there's a folklore. Well, it's supposed to be a lady in white who bears a lantern.
Okay.
Looking for her missing boyfriend.
Have you heard of Kate Shelley?
No.
This isn't a ghost story, but it's a crazy, crazy story about this girl. Her name was Kate Shelley.
Uh-huh.
This was in, like, the late 1800s. And she lived by a train track in Iowa, I think it is.
Uh-huh.
And it had a bridge, like a really, really tall bridge, more than 200 feet. Like, this was a really tall bridge. A really big one? Okay. Yeah. And the train tracks came over that, and she would hear the trains go by her house every day, so she knew the schedule pretty regularly. Mm-hmm. And there was a really big storm one night, and she heard the train crash. So she ran out to where the train crashed, and it was like in her backyard, basically. Mm-hmm. And they were 3 people, I think, on that train, and they were all alive. But she knew there was another train coming. Yeah. So she, during this storm, crawled across this bridge. Her lantern went out. It was, like, slippery, and she ended up, like, running, like, I don't know how far it was, but she got to the train station, told them to not send the next train, and immediately passed out. And the next train was a passenger train. And so she saved all of their lives, and all those passengers, like, pooled together their money to give her some money, and she, like, slept for, like, a week after that. But yeah, that's a really cool story. You can look that up.
I'm gonna have to.
It's called the Kate Shelley Bridge now.
That's insane.
Right?
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Wow. That could have been... Wow.
Yeah.
So bad.
Anyway, sorry. Little tangent. Continue.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one. Let's see. St. James Hotel.
St. James Hotel. Mm-hmm. Where is that?
Red Wing. Okay. You heard anything about him?
I haven't.
Well, it was established in 1875.
Okay.
The elegant St. James Hotel has been welcoming visitors to historic Red Wing.
Let's go!
Which, I don't know... We'll get there.
Okay.
For over a century.
Okay.
It's been there for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, 1875?
Yeah, yeah. And it's still going today. Like, people still can still go there.
Let's go. Do you know how much it costs to rent a room?
I do not.
All right.
I do not. Besides that, it said it hides a dark secret. Guess what that dark secret is?
Let's hear this dark secret.
It's built on Native American burial grounds.
There's so many spots like that in Minnesota. We're idiots. Anyway, continue.
Even right in this area. Because right? I lived not far from Native American burial grounds when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. Like, I could walk to some and see the mounds.
Like, we're such idiots. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're so dumb. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, just the disrespect, though, to build something on top of burial grounds.
Like, I know you saw them bones.
Yeah.
I know you saw them bones being dug up.
Like, no wonder it's
even certain Native Americans, they would do, like, a mummifying thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they had, like, a whole, like, ritual.
Yeah, I know you saw that.
Yeah.
That was a good idea, just to dig it up. And put it where? God. Where did it go?
I am like baffled at the disrespect that some people have.
Like, where'd it go?
And like people in power too.
Where did the bodies go?
They're still there probably.
Some of them. But the ones that were dug up, where'd they go?
With the dirt they dug up.
Where'd that go?
Wherever it goes, they make little hills.
Yikes, among yikes. Oh,
I don't know.
But there's been people for decades now, probably the entire time it's been there,
Yeah.
that have heard the murmurings in the corridors
Well, of course.
of the ghosts, which,
Of course.
yeah, that's sacred land you just demolished,
Yeah.
you dummies.
Idiots.
Dummies.
Gosh.
It was built in
Maybe I don't want to stay
1875,
there.
and at the time it was one of the most modern. This dude decided to, this dude realized, I'm serious, 11 businessmen
Okay.
realized that first class lounging was needed in Red Wing. Why?
For what reason?
Nothing is in Red Wing.
Oh, people are idiots. There's the pottery place in
Red Wing is boring. There's a jail, a prison, matter of fact.
Pottery. There's like what is it? It's like a pottery warehouse.
And a maximum security prison. Oh, and a nuclear plant.
Oh, yeah. Red Wing's weird. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be safe to live there. To drink, the water, anything.
I mean, that's everywhere these days.
Oh, well, I guess at the time,
Okay.
it was a really big wheat trading place.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, but
That
there's
makes
a lot
sense.
of
That
wheat
checks out.
all over.
True.
And it makes more sense for them to be up here
Yep.
in St. Paul with the water,
Yep.
to each their own.
Yep.
Not my business right now. It's a 4-story hotel and it thrived. It was good.
Nice.
It was good,
Yeah.
And, the only bad part is that it was built on top of Native American burial grounds. Like, that's not kosher. It's not safe. Especially Native Americans. Like, their stuff hits deep.
Yeah.
And they are really connected to the moon. The moon, right?
Well, it's anything. It's like all nature things like the moon, the sun, the earth.
The sun, everything.
Yeah.
Deep within.
Yeah.
Deep within. That's why they don't cut their hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's sacred. But have you heard of? So there was a lady named Clara.
Clara. Great name.
She started working there, I believe, as a waitress. Yes.
Okay.
At the hotel in 1914.
Okay.
Well, soon she fell in love with Charles.
Oh boy. This sounds like a disastrous
Lillybald.
Lillybald. Oh, sorry, dude. You got a terrible last name.
No, he was the owner.
Okay.
It was fine. They fell in love, they married, and Clara took over many aspects of the hotel.
Oh, okay.
She made it.
This was a better story than I was
She elevated the food and had sympathetic soft spots for guests, even once gifting an expensive fine dining meal to a newlywed who couldn't afford it.
Oh.
Just 'cause.
We like Clara.
Well, and then she died.
Okay.
No one said. To me, she died of old age. It's not said how she died or when she died. But allegedly, her spirit is still committed to the excellence in the afterlife. She moves objects around.
Oh, fun.
In the dining room when they don't
Clara.
when they
She
don't
sounds
reach her
fun.
standards, she moves it around, makes it
Clara.
it bougie again.
Yeah, Clara.
And she'll even move the large dining room tables.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Dang, Clara's
They
strong.
move it on its own.
Are we sure this is Clara?
That's what they said.
Okay.
And maybe we can go there and do a little.
Yeah, that'd be a fun place to stay.
Ooh, type thing.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
But no, I think it's really cool though. I know that hotel probably has a lot of dark,
Yes.
spiritual things
Definitely
going on.
Probably a lot of angry things there too.
But I'm glad that
Clara
she has
sounds
there's a nice white light
Yeah.
spirit that hopefully she communicated with the others in the afterlife to be like, hey, we're not all bad. I'm so sorry that they did that. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't my,
Not my doing, but I can't undo it.
But I'm sorry, and I hope I meet your expectations. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
for your ancestors. You know?
Yeah.
Isn't it just...
Yeah, that sounds fun.
That would be a fun... I mean, I don't like messing with Native American spiritual things.
There's a lot of like sacred stuff with Native Americans that I don't know a whole lot about, and I think that's why it freaks me out a little bit.
I am really into Native American,
Okay.
like, history and stuff, because
It's fascinating.
because they were here before us. I feel like we should give all of their...
Oh, they deserve so
They
much
should
more than they have.
100,
So much more.
110%.
Yeah.
So they do, because they
Yeah.
were definitely here first.
Yeah, like this is their land. Also, the fact that people can own land is just ridiculous. Like that. Anyway, that's way off topic, but
So we're gonna go back to Stillwater,
yeah. All right, let's go. The jail.
the Warden house.
Yes.
What do you know about it?
I know about it. I like this one.
What do you-
I
what do
haven't
you
been
know?
to it.
What do you know about it?
I know it's haunted.
Yeah. So there was a lady named Gertrude Wolfer. She was the daughter of Henry Wolfer, the last resident warden of the 14
Quick question.
bed warden house.
Is this place open for tours?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. it
Okay.
is. I've actually passed by it
Yeah.
going to Misty's.
Okay.
I've passed by it.
Oh, fun.
It's actually like they do like a haunted house stuff too. They have like a little pumpkin
Ooh.
patch there, I think. If I remember correctly, they have like a little pumpkin patch there.
Let's go.
And I want to bring the kids to it, but then that's
Yeah.
like also like there's not like a lot going on. It has to be older to go to it.
Okay.
But Gertrude sadly died of an appendicitis following childbirth.
Oh gosh.
So
That's
I
gotta be,
don't
like, a
know if
pretty
she
painful
like
death.
gave birth
Okay.
in there and died, or if she died as a baby, but I don't know how a baby would get appendicitis.
Yeah.
It's not
I think
specified anywhere.
I think she gave birth.
Yeah, but it's not specified anywhere, so just...
Well, because if you think about it, giving birth is probably rough on your appendix.
Girl,
if you
it's rough on a lot of things.
So if you already have
As someone who has
appendicitis-
two, it's rough.
No, but I feel like that could trigger an appendicitis.
Oh,
death.
if you're... The sad thing is that back in the day, it's just, there wasn't a lot of
Yeah.
medical intervention that could be done, you know,
Yeah. Yep.
as it can now. So yeah, I feel like a lot of things were,
Yeah.
you know, missed. But then they don't ever talk about the daughter or anything. Or who the person, her son.
Gotcha.
Went to live with Henry, his grandfather, which is great, in the Warden house. Well, Henry and the family moved away from the mansion when the new prison opened. I'm assuming the one that, you know.
One now.
Yeah, which, interesting.
Yeah.
That's also
Oh,
interesting.
for sure.
place.
There's, yeah. Prisons in general, I think there's no way they're not all haunted.
But her ghost has been seen
Oh.
standing at one of the balconies overlooking.
That just gave me goosebumps.
It's been seen for many times, and I can't believe that it's still there.
Yeah.
And that
That's a cool...
what it used to be on top of a cliff. If I remember correctly, something like that.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, she's been seen walking the landings in the 19th century clothing and everything. So I mean, it adds up.
Yeah.
It adds up. It's really cool.
That's really cool.
We should definitely go see it.
Yes.
We
add
should
that to the
definitely.
bucket list.
We need to make a list, okay?
We definitely
Because
do. I've already forgotten what we've listed.
I'll
listen back and write
First
it down.
Ave, First Ave,
First Ave.
the Warden,
Warden,
and the James.
Red Wing.
Yeah, the hotel.
We got the three right there.
Right there. But yeah, those are mine. They're not really spooky,
They're spooky.
but like
They're not
there's a little
creepy,
bit
but they're
of-
spooky.
they're a little Minnesota
I like that.
ghost history.
That's fun.
What we got going on here. I thought it'd be fun. For the
That was
first one,
fun.
to learn more about
I love that.
our home,
That was fun.
our home state.
Yes.
Our home state.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll find many, many more.
Oh yeah.
Many
There's
more
a lot
gruesome.
of places. What was it? The Guthrie,
The Guthrie.
I think, is another haunted place in Minnesota.
Jacob's job cleans the Minnesota Orchestra place.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Is that not the Guthrie?
I don't think he called it. He Opera House, Minnesota Opera House.
Oh, that's different.
They
That
clean
is different.
there. And he always says, I do not have a good feeling in this place.
I
do not. I said, yeah, I wouldn't. Or
I think theaters
State
can also
Theater.
be a like paranormal hotspot type of thing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
110%.
Because that's just like, it's literally there to manipulate your emotions. So
Yes.
It's like, obviously,
Yes.
things are going to
Like
be attracted to that.
The State Theater. I used to have dance competitions at the State Theater, Minnesota State Theater, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I saw the Nutcracker there when I was a child, and that like helped me deep inside. So I wanted my kids there one day to see Nutcracker. But like, before this competition, I had this friend, this is my first ever ghost hunting experience I had.
Yeah.
She was like, it's haunted, right? And I was like, huh, is it?
Fun.
Because, yeah, it's haunted. And I was like, oh. She's like, so bring a camera and we'll take pictures and we'll try and catch a ghost. Girl, I caught a ghost.
Literally. You got a picture?
I don't have a picture anymore because the SD, I was a kid.
Okay, fair
SD
enough.
card wasn't an old.
Yeah. But that's
camera,
exciting,
but it was a face. A little kid face.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, that place is weird.
There's a lot of weird
There was like
places.
super dark hallways. Like they gave the competition free roam of the entire place. Didn't matter where we were. I had gone to that theater multiple times for competitions.
Yeah.
So I had been in the upper dressing rooms. I had been in the dressing rooms off to the side of the stage. I had been in the dressing rooms that were like underneath and stuff and all of that. And I've always I would never wanted to be in the area alone.
Okay.
Never.
Fair.
There's certain times that I had to run down and grab something quick.
Alone.
A few times I had to run, but I knew spiritually I was not alone. Yeah. But I never wanted to be left alone because I'm like, something's gonna pop out of one of these corners, or I'm gonna see it in a mirror. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And so, I don't know, when I saw that picture, I was like, oh my God. Because it was literally like, it was clear as day. Like, it wasn't like somebody was in front of it. Nobody was in front of it. We had, it said, use flash. We used the flash. And nothing was reflective around it. It was a stairwell. So weird. It was a stairway.
I'm so fascinated by pictures like that because I know they're easy to like
manipulate.
Right.
But
also
it was the early 2000s.
A lot of them are real.
It was early 2000s. What was I didn't have a computer.
Yeah. No, and
it was weird. Very uneasy.
What was it? The famous photographer from that picture of Abraham Lincoln and his wife with the ghost of Abraham Lincoln behind her. Have you seen that picture? Do you know that picture? It's a very famous picture because this guy was like a really well-known photographer, and his thing was he would get pictures of people with their passed on loved ones. And there's so many conspiracy theories about it, but some people say he was a psychic medium and that's how he was able to do it. Other people say he superimposed the pictures of that person, using the what are they called? You know what I'm talking about? The camera film, what is that called? The negatives.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But say it's right there. I can't. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he would use the negatives and superimpose the pictures on there while he was developing the pictures. But there's a lot of theories about it, but it's very interesting. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he was a very well-known photographer.
And he would do that
time. Yeah, that's what he was known for. Was taking pictures of people with their past loved ones. There's a lot of pictures out there, but the really famous one is of what's
this one?
Yes. Yeah, because that's the really famous one because she shared it with the nation. She was like, "Look at this! This is so cool."
That's insane.
It's a really cool picture.
That's actually insane.
Right?
And I see all the other ones too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's this fascinating.
You should also go there too.
Where?
Not John Wilkes Booth. Yeah, John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you like those weird people. You don't like those people.
I'm just fascinated by
Yes.
I'm scared of dying myself. But I'm very fascinated with death.
Okay. I get that. I don't think I'm scared of dying. I'm more scared of, like, the people I leave behind when I die.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna...
like, me, myself, I'll be fine.
Yeah, but you don't have kids, though.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's gonna be, you leaving, whoever is left,
Yeah.
You are the oldest sibling.
Yeah.
So, whoever is left or whatever,
Right.
but, like, leaving my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I saw what it did to my mom when my sister died.
Yeah.
I saw what it did to my mom.
Yeah.
I saw what it did to my other siblings.
Yeah.
I'm just like... That made me scared more of death after seeing how it affected my family after my sister died.
So I feel like you're the same way. You're more afraid of how it'll affect the people around you rather than yourself.
And I simply just don't want to die.
Yeah.
Or grow old.
I mean, it's inevitable, though.
Yeah, I know. That's how it's, Yeah, I don't want to die.
Yeah. Nor should you at this point in your life.
It's not, it's not in my 50-year plan.
I think that's a good...
100-year plan.
I mean, I don't want to die either.
Let's find the fountain of youth.
All right, let's do it.
Let's figure it out.
I'm already getting old.
You probably gotta... You're not old. You're not.
I'm getting there.
How?
I think... Okay, back in my younger years, I would call myself old right now.
Becky.
You know what I mean, though?
But you're not old.
Okay. Age is weird.
Are you an ageist?
No.
How is age weird? I don't understand.
'Cause it's, like, it truly is just a number. But, like, it's also... What are you doing?
Checking the time.
Oh. What are we at for time?
52.
Oh, not bad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was good. I totally have no idea what I was saying. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
That's what happens when you get two ADHD people who are unmedicated in the same room.
I'm not even diagnosed.
Oh, wow. You are, though. I'm telling you. From one diagnosed to a non-diagnosed. You are. You are. Entirely.
Fair enough.
Fair. Yeah.
I also think, though, I take on the energy of people around me very easily. And I reflect back to people.
I'm very chill.
Am I chill? No, I'm definitely a little bit more high-strung.
Yeah. There's a quite time at Becky, chill out.
Yeah,
chill
I'm definitely
chill
much
out,
more high-strung.
Chill out. Wow, beauty school just kind of gets you going anyways.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Listen, that's
its own paranormal experience right there.
I'm surprised there wasn't a ghost there. There might have been.
Oh.
Are you telling me there was? Or are you saying no?
That bathroom gave me the creeps. I'm not even going to front.
Well, bathrooms are always weird.
That bathroom gave me the creeps. I don't care what anyone says. Creep.
Yeah,
Creepy.
yeah. Bathrooms are always weird.
But yeah, you learn a little more about Minnesota, where you're from.
Yeah,
Born
that
and
was
raised.
fun. Thank you. I enjoyed that.
You didn't know half of that, did you?
I didn't know half of that. That was fun.
The whole website.
I'm glad you could surprise me.
We should go to that. I mean, that's soft.
Yeah.
That's soft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
And watch me come in next week with, like, hardcore demon hauntings.
If you brought me that, if you came to me like that, I would
totally
be shocked. Because I'm like,
totally
oh, I didn't know
kidding.
you were like that. Because I am. Because I am.
Yeah.
110%.
Yeah, we just switch.
I'm gonna... I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm gonna do some...
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research.
Yeah.
I will talk about the Lady in White, because I want to do some research on that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
I want to figure it out. Where'd it start? What's the lore?
Yeah.
Right?
Probably something back in when the white people were still over in Europe. Is that controversial?
Probably, but life's controversial.
I'm mixed. I can say things like that. I can.
Well, I'm not saying you can't.
No one said you couldn't.
We're also talking about paranormal experiences, which could be controversial.
That's a personal problem.
True.
That one is. Paranormal is
Most
personal.
controversy is personal, right?
Girl, you want that podcast?
We gotta stop now. Okay.